Hi, welcome to Girl Talk. I'm Cream Wong, your host. This podcast series focuses on close relationships, whether it's at work, like your coworkers, at home, like your family, or in your romantic life, like your boyfriends and girlfriends. Today's topic is a good one. I'll be focusing on the engaged couple. Is engagement just time for you to get ready for your big wedding day? Is it all about picking your wedding dress, the perfect venue, the cake, the flowers? So exciting, right? Yes, I'm all over that. I love weddings. And I think that congratulations are in order because you're ready to embark on your new journey with your partner. How wonderful is that? However, what we fail to remember is that there's more to be engaged than just planning the wedding. Nope, there is so much more involved and it has nothing to do with the wedding plans. So if you're engaged or planning to get engaged fairly soon, you better tune in because this podcast is for you. Let's dive right in. When someone gets engaged, I'll tell you the first thing that happens is jubilation, right? So much happiness, tears of joy. Oh my gosh, when shout out from the rooftops, I'm engaged, because it means that, you found someone for life. All the years of dating that partner paid off, it validated the relationship, and you're set for life. You're going to be happy, right? And then we get the ring. We're so enamored by the romantic side of the wedding, right? We're like, just, oh, my girlfriends will be so jealous when they see the ring, right? I remember when I first got engaged, I did the exact same thing. Oh my gosh. I called my girlfriends up and I said, we got to meet. Check this out. Ta-da! And I whip out my ring. 1 carat girls, VVS1, titanium band. Oh, Karina, oh my gosh, is what they said, right? Jealousy, uh, admiration, joy. They were all emotions expressed at the dinner that we had. And I'm telling you, from that point on, all I did was plan the wedding, plan, while wearing the ring. Not once did I think about what it really meant. And here's what it really means. When you're engaged, it doesn't mean just planning the wedding. It means practicing being married. Because once you say I do on that day and you submit the paperwork to your, Justice Department, they will consider you married legally, right? But how are you really at home? Or do you act married? Do you know what it's like to be married? Is it same as dating? No, no, not even close. When you are dating as boyfriend, girlfriend, the relationship is light. You're still your own person. You do your own jam. You don't have to answer to anyone. But then when you're married, wow, that big leap, that big change changes everything. The person's still the same. You are still you and he is still him, but the way you regard each other is going to be different. You have to start acting like a married couple, and it does not happen overnight. So write that down, okay? Once you're engaged, it means you have to practice or start practicing like a married couple, acting like a married couple because that's pretty much what you are, except in the eyes of the law. But in terms of once the ring goes on, you're pretty much considered married. So let's start acting like one. And the sooner you can do this, the better the transition, the easier time will be when you do get married. And every day after that, you'll have less fights, less arguments, and more happy times because you guys figured it out during the engagement period what it's like to be married and knowing what to do to be married. So here are 3 tips that I'm going to give you that will help you navigate the engagement period. Here's the first one, and it's a good one. First thing you should do is live together for 1 year. Yes, you need 1 year of solid 24 hours 7 with your partner. I know a lot of parents out there are probably like, oh, they're going to live together and sin? Okay, no. It's actually living together smartly. Living together gives you basically a good data of your partner behaviors of everyday life. You get to see them in the morning. Are they grumpy? When they go to work, are they grumpy? How are they on weekends with their family? How are they on holidays? Are they big on Christmas or are they not? You get to see all of that. When you're dating, you don't see very much of it. You get to see snapshots of their life and they only tell you the good stuff. They don't always tell you the bad stuff. Like, oh, does your girlfriend ever go, oh, honey, I have PMS. I can't talk to you right now. No, they don't do that. We don't do that. We don't describe how bad our cramps are. We can't see you. If anything, we'll say, I gotta wash my hair. Kind of busy tonight. That's all we'll say. So the truth will come out when you're married and you get to see all of that. So that's why it is better to live together for 1 year so you can see all this before you're legally bound. Okay. So that's the reason why you need to live together. That's one. So if you can do it, do it. Two, do it for 1 year. Okay. Doing it for 3 months, 6 months is not enough time to really get to know each other on a daily at a daily level. It's not enough time. So 12 months is a good, solid time together. Okay. The other thing you should do, number 3, is while you're watching them every day and see how they respond to holidays and weekends and nights, I want you to both form a daily schedule. Because here's the thing, that person lives with you. They're not a roommate. They're not your part-time lover. They are your husband or your pretend husband, if you will. And so you have to start treating them like a husband. Every night, every dinner is with that person. That's true. Yes. And unless you're at work or something like that, but you pretty much will spend all the time at home with that person. Pretty much, unless you have a previous engagement, but you're pretty much expected to be home having dinner or lunch with that partner, Weekends, same thing too, because you're living together, you expect to spend time with that partner every weekend. I'm not saying you have to do something every weekend, but being home, like he's watching TV and you're cooking or you're sewing and he's playing football in the backyard, living together basically. But you have to learn to form a schedule. As a single person for so long, you may feel uncomfortable, like, why is he still here? Go home, or why do I have to dinner with you again? Yeah, that's not acting like a married couple. When you're a married couple, you really can't walk away from the other person. You can't be like, can you go home? Can you be somewhere else? You can't do that. So you have to start to act like a married couple and be prepared to spend most of your time at home with your partner. That's why you have to form a daily schedule. So you can figure out, okay, well, we're going to have dinner, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other days I'm out with my girlfriends. Or other days, I'm going to do a solo dinner run and you do your own solo dinner run. Okay, so that's fair compromise. If you can't spend every night and every day with that partner, that's okay. But agree to have a schedule. Like, let's say Monday through Friday, we have dinner together, but weekends, I'm out with my girlfriend or something like that. So agree to agree on a schedule that you both can agree on. Like, for example, my husband loves my Monday Night Football, as most guys do. So Monday Night Football, when it rolls around, I'm nowhere to be found. Hey, that rhymes. I love rhyming words. Yeah, when there's football night, I'm not around because he's so glued to the TV. He doesn't even leave his couch for 2-3 hours except to go to the bathroom. So what am I going to do? Watch TV? No, I'm not a football girl. I usually take this time to go to the gym or I go swimming, but I'm not in the house. I'm actually away. And we don't have dinners. He eats chips and nachos, right? Or whatever. Cheese and stuff like that, something you eat in a movie theater. He eats that for dinner, and I'm eating my salad in the kitchen. So we're together in the same house, but we're doing 2 totally different things. So agree to agree on a schedule. For us, Monday nights, no dinner. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. That's the rule we have in our house. works really well. So I'm not bitter about him not eating my food on Monday nights, and he's not mad because he has spent time with me on Monday night. He can take this Monday night and devote it to the couch and watch his football for 2 3 hours. I remember, like, after we first got engaged, um, when he moved in, I thought that it'd be smooth sailing, right? Because we've been together for a couple years now. Like, come on, the transition's got to be easy, right? It was not, and this brings me my sub point number 2. Okay, we start getting a lot of fights right after he moved in. Guess what it was about? My schedule. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm telling you to agree on a schedule. This is what happened. He didn't realize I'm a workaholic. On Monday through Thursday, I pretty much work from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day except for Fridays. I did that, and he didn't know that. He would call me at 5. He goes, "I'm home, honey. Where are you?" "I'm at work still." 6 o'clock rolls around. "Honey, where are you?" Still at work, wrapping up. I'll be home soon." 7 o'clock rolls around. "Where are you?" I'm leaving the hospital now. Okay, I'm leaving. I'll be there in like 20 minutes. So I get home, and he's like just watching the TV, and he's pissed at me because he waited 2 hours for me to come home. And he goes, "What are we gonna eat for dinner?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't eat dinner. I eat like bowl of cereal for dinner. I'm not a big dinner person." And he was like pissed, like, "What? I waited 2 hours for you and we're not having dinner together?" What he didn't know was that when we were dating, I only called him at 7 o'clock to say hi. We didn't have dinner. We just called each other. So he didn't realize that Corinne doesn't eat dinner and she comes home pretty late. He didn't realize that. So he got mad at me. And then he goes, "Well, are you gonna stay home to, like, we can watch movies together?" I said, "No, I don't do movies either. I'm gonna go and work out at the gym. I work out every night from like 9 to like 11. I know it's pretty crazy, but I'm a gym rat." And he was upset. He's like, "What? You're gonna go to the gym?" I'm like, "Well, you can come with me." It's like, "No, I don't think so." It was too late for him. When I got back, he was already asleep. For the next 4 weeks, he just griped, complained every night. And at one point, he threatened to call off the engagement. Oh, literally had to stop and pull back a little bit and go, "You know what? Oh, I might lose the love of my life over a job." Now, he asked me to change my schedule for him. Here's the thing. As a woman who's single, I would normally be like, "Oh, hell no." Right? Like, I'm independent. That's my job. But I'm engaged now. This is love of my life. This is what I always wanted. So I looked at my situation. Can I change my hours? Can I work whenever I want to? Actually, I could. I didn't have to work every night till 7 o'clock. I didn't. I could change back. I could change my hours. Do I have to work out every night at that late hour? No, I don't. I could wake up early in the morning and go work out before I go to the hospital. Yes, I could do that. So I came back to him. I said, "Okay, honey, let's agree that I will come home every night at 7 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because my busy days, and then Thursday, Friday, and weekends, I'm all yours." Wow. We're still together. Totally worked. I still work out. I just don't work out that late at night. I work out now early in the morning. So me still sleeping, I can just go to the gym. Thank God for 24-hour fitness. I don't know if it's still around, but back then that's what we had. So my point is this, is that when you live together, you will be propositioned to make some changes. Okay, so be prepared to make the sacrifices. And these requests are to make the relationship stronger. If you can't do it, then it means this relationship won't work in the long run. Think about that. So let's go back to what I'm saying. Live together for 12 months or 1 year. Okay. You'll discover that he'll be asking you to make changes and you'll be doing the same as well because you're living together. You're like, "Okay, honey, can you like pick up after yourself?" And he'd be like, "Fine. Can you come home early every night?" You'd be like, fine. Can you like help me walk the dog in the nighttime? Great. So those are some changes that you can expect to do for the other person. So that leads me to tip number 2. Be prepared to make sacrifices and provide selfless acts. So let me dive closer to that topic. Tip 2 means to be prepared to make sacrifices, like the one I just did with my husband, where I changed my schedule to accommodate his schedule. If you can do it, you should do it. Oh, that rhymes again. I love it. The point is this: if he's a reasonable man, he's making a reasonable request. Yeah, do it. If it's no big deal, do it. If he wants to, let's suppose, move you to a city next door, if it's not a big move, yeah, do it. If that's what needs to happen, do it. However, if he's asking you to move to a different country or to stop seeing certain friends or family members or to quit your job, something that you cannot do or agree with, yeah, this may be a sign this is not going to work. I remember my first husband. we're divorced now, but when we were engaged, he came up to me. He said, "Kareen, before we get married, I need you to change your last name to my name." Oh, well, I like my last name. No. All women in our family has to change their last name to the family name, and that is blank. Okay. And I was like, well, I don't know. Do I have to be Mrs. Blank? And he's like, yeah. If you don't do it, it means you don't love me. You don't love the family. And we're not going to get married. He made it a deal breaker. I had to change my last name. Otherwise, he's out of here. I honestly didn't want to change my last name. I did not want to change it. I mean, not like I didn't like his last name. It's just like I like my name. It's my professional name. Kareem Long. It's awesome. So I did change my last name. I didn't want to, and I should have listened to my gut. Because any guy that makes it a deal breaker, like an ultimatum, yeah, that's a red flag. Hello? This guy is willing to dump you, leave you because of a name change. How trite is that? So silly. So that's what I'm saying. If it's a reasonable request and you can make the change, do it. If it's not reasonable or you don't agree with it, you can't move to a different country, you can't change your last name, or you don't want to be estranged from your own family because he makes it that way, yeah, don't do it. You still got to be you. You do you, right? That's why we say you do you. Don't change who you are to please another person unless it's within reason. So changing my work schedule is a lot easier than, moving to a different country or to, in this case, take his last name, which I still won't do. I'm married again right now and I won't take his last name. And that's my preference. I'm independent. I like my last name. But that has nothing to do with I don't like his last name. I just like my name more. It's defines me. The other part of the tip 2 was to provide selfless acts. Again, that kind of ties into sacrifices. Sacrifice is what you can do to change. Selfless acts is fulfilling requests, like simple, mundane activities. Honey, can you buy me my favorite ice cream at the store? Or honey, can you wash my car when you're washing your car? Yeah, selfless acts. Do it. That's the one thing with marriage is that we do things for each other upon request without asking. We just do it because that's our family. And you can't walk around and shop at the grocery store like you're single. No, you shouldn't. You should be thinking about the whole family. And in this case, it's your husband. So if your husband likes, hamburgers, well, maybe you should have hamburger night. If you're not a hamburger person, you obviously don't buy hamburger. But if your husband or your fiance likes hamburgers, yeah, why not every Monday night make it hamburger night? And Fridays we'll do Supper Joe night. He loves beef. Do it. That's what I mean by selfless acts. Doing something that doesn't involve you, involves the other person. This will help it make it a lot easier when you have children, because now you have another person in your life that you have to care for and think about them. You gotta think about, oh, I gotta get my diapers for my kid and formula or, pacifiers, that the whole 9 yards, right? So again, that comes from a selfless part of your mind, okay? Is to think about the other person in those terms. Doing nice things for the other person without being told to, or when they ask you to do it nicely, yeah, you would do it. Okay. Now our last piece of advice, and this is tip number 3, is to watch your partner, how he treats you when the family is involved. What do you mean, Kareen? Okay, and you spend every day with your partner. Sometimes the family will come out, like his mom and dad and sisters or brothers, whatever, may come out of the woodwork and go, "You know what? I don't like your girl, or I don't like your boyfriend," whatever. And, if they have a close-knit bond, they may have a certain pull with your partner, and your partner may act differently towards you. So watch out for that. It doesn't matter if the family doesn't like you or not. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it depends on how your partner treats you. Okay. You cannot make every, potential or future mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law happy with you. You cannot. No one's perfect. And in their eyes, no one's perfect for their sibling or their brother. So don't beat yourself up if you can't make everyone happy. So expect it. Expect that your new family may not love you like your own family. Okay, expect it. It's like the thing about in-laws, right? It's very rare to find an in-law that loves you to death, right? It's always an in-law that has a lot of conflict with you. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it all depends on how your partner treats you. So if your partner is going to side with them and throw you under the bus, okay, that could be a red flag. Ta-da! It's time to cut this relationship loose, because it's not going to work. I'll give you an example. When I was engaged, me and my fiance were so excited about having a yacht wedding. Like, we were going to book a yacht. It's very expensive. I think the wedding cost like $35,000 to book a 4-hour cruise ride on one of the largest glass yachts in Newport Harbor. It was so pretty. It was 3 stories high, and it was covered from top to toe with glass walls. Oh my goodness, it was just, like, so gorgeous, and, it was definitely different from traditional Asian weddings. So, we didn't want the Chinese restaurant with the 7-course meal and the photo, uh, background, and, like, some Asian rock group singing sappy songs like Careless Whispers on the stage floor. We didn't want that. We wanted to be something different. So I met my mother-in-law at dinner, and I showed her brochures of the boat. I also talked about the restaurants. I want to show her we considered both, but they are both the same price. But the only difference was the boat was different and unique, and everything was included. Like, the food was included, the flowers, the cake, everything. So our life would have been so much easier had we just gone the yacht route. My mother-in-law looked at me sternly and said, "I don't like it. Why you do on a boat? Boat no good." Okay. Well, we both like it, and we're both paying for it, so the boat it is. And she said to me, "You no good. You are ungrateful little girl. You do not consider parents' feelings. You no good." That's all I remember. And I remember, like, almost crying at this point. OMG, this woman's vicious. She's telling me this, that she will not go to this wedding. She's completely horrified that we're going to get married on a boat. It's like a prison, quote unquote, she says to me. And I was just floored by her response. No filters, no sugarcoating, just laid it out on the table. I guess she felt that since I'm engaged, she can do that. I'm just like her daughter-in-law. So she laid it down for me truthfully. I left the restaurant almost in tears. Next morning, I did think my fiance would come back to see me ever again. I thought that was over. He called me up and goes, "Hey, you ready to go to the cake testing? Trying different cakes." I said, "What are you talking about? The wedding's off." And he goes, "Why? Why is the wedding off?" "'Cause your mother. Did you hear what she said to me?" "No." So I told him. And he goes, "Oh, that's all right. She just always wanted, an Asian wedding. That's all. Don't worry about it. Can we go now?" Like, what? Yeah, he did that. He stood up for me and he's like, "She's gonna complain about it no matter what you do. It doesn't matter." He's like, he knows she always wanted this restaurant wedding, but she has other children that have restaurant weddings too. So he didn't want the restaurant wedding. He's like, "It all comes down to what me and you want, Kareen, and we don't want that. My sisters did it, but I don't want it. So let's do the boat thing." And I was completely stunned and so in awe of my fiance. Like, wow, he stood up for me and did not throw me under the bus. At the end of the wedding, I will tell you that my mother-in-law had a great time at the wedding. Loved the boat, couldn't stop taking pictures, smiled from ear to ear. So I guess she's the kind of woman that will say whatever's on her mind, but my husband now knows that she's just saying what she says. It doesn't mean anything. It's just what we still do us. We still do what makes us happy. So that is a good story to talk about because it ended well and we're still together. So, and that's the reason why, because he stood up for me despite the pushback and backlash from the family. He's still with me. So, how awesome is that? So, if you have a man or woman that does that for you, that person's a keeper. All right. I think that we're going to sum up the 3 points today. And that is 1, live together for 12 months or 1 year. Number 2, be prepared to make small sacrifices and provide selfless acts in your everyday life. And number 3, watch how your partner behaves when his family's around. If they don't like you, how are they going to respond? But most importantly, how is he going to respond? How is he going to treat you? If he doesn't change his behavior, great. He's a keeper. If he changes behavior or throws you in the bus, then perhaps this relationship is not going to last because he loves and cares more about his family than about you. And now that you're engaged/married, it should be all about you. Right? That's a wrap. See the show notes for the links and follow me.